Good evening, everyone. This is your evening news recap, your nightly news podcast on all the news that I come across throughout the day, giving you my take as somebody who aspires to be a politician in the near future. Hopefully, all you guys are doing wonderful. Hopefully, all you guys are well. Today is November 11th, 11/11. Make a wish. Um, but it's also Tuesday. I cannot believe it is only Tuesday. This week has been a long week. Outside of that, though, hopefully all you guys are doing well. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. All the support would be greatly appreciated as we are trying to hit 500 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. We're super close. We're like 11 away. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. All the support would be greatly appreciated. And if you're on Substack, please also consider subscribing as well. All funds go to me. They help me pay for the things that I need to pay for in college, like my groceries, like clothing, like all of that. But if not, you can always subscribe for free. I truly do appreciate all from support on this content. That being said, let's get into the news from today. Moving on into the Trump administration's segment, where we only have one topic tonight. Trump seemingly has been a little quiet today, as Trump is going after being politically correct. Trump has lashed out over being politically correct during a speech to commemorate Veterans Day. In a speech at the Arlington National Cemetery, he said, "We don't like being politically correct, so we're not going to be politically correct anymore. From now on, when we fight a war, we only fight for one reason: to win." He continued, "Under the Trump administration, we are restoring the pride and the winning spirit of the United States military." Uh, I can't wait for us to lose a conflict that we jump into under this administration and see how much of a reality check it gives Trump and the rest of his administration. I've already said that I think a war with Venezuela and Mexico and other countries within Central America and Latin America and South America isn't going to go well. And I think that loss will ultimately prove that the United States military isn't as capable as we deem it to be. Yes, we are the greatest military in the world on paper, but you need great leadership to have a great military, and that's not something Trump is. Trump is the opposite of great leadership. I've said that for a while now, and I'm going to stand by that because I believe it's the truth. We are not going to win a conflict under this administration because they are lacking leadership. I mean, they can't even get the full support of the military, something that has been very clear for a very long time now. It's just not going to happen, truthfully. Anyways, moving on into the other news segments with the bulk of our news today, a Utah judge has ruled that Democrats will have a congressional seat in the state for 2026. A Utah judge has rejected new congressional maps for the state that would redistrict it to only have Republican maps, instead approving a map with a Democratic seat for midterms. A huge loss for Republicans as they were trying to control the entire state and beat out Salt Lake City, the state's really only Democratic stronghold. This gives Democratic voters in the state a voice when it comes to midterms, which is great news throughout the state. This is great news, especially for Salt Lake City. I've been through Utah twice, and I've been to Salt Lake City once or twice. And honestly, the entire state feels uncanny. That's the one state I've been to where that state feels uncanny. Something about the vibe just feels off. I believe I've said this before, but that's my experience with Utah. But I'm glad to see the Democrats in the state have won something and won't be completely shut out. Maybe they can do something about the anti-abortion billboards everywhere. But hey, we'll have to wait and see. In other news, the United Kingdom is stopping the amount of information it shares with the United States, or limiting the amount of information. The United Kingdom has suspended sharing intelligence with the US on vessels in the Caribbean due to concerns that it may be used for lethal strikes by US forces. A huge decision, as the United Kingdom is considered a top ally of the United States. The UK has oversight of several islands in the Caribbean and has long shared intelligence with the United States about vessels from Latin America heading towards the country or swimming or boating in those waters. I don't know why I said swimming. Um, this is a big deal, as it once again shows that countries are not a fan of the current administration, and countries are more willing to limit the information that they send because of the current administration. That once again, it shows that we need a change of leadership in the United States of America, because not only is this administration unsuccessful, but it makes us look unfavorable to our allies, which is a massive deal. In other news, Republicans have snuck in a provision allowing them to sue the United States in the new government funding bill. Republicans have snuck in a provision into the government funding bill that would allow certain senators to sue Jack Smith over seizing their phones during a January 6th investigation. This creates a path for senators to bring civil action against the United States if their data is acquired, subpoenaed, searched, or disclosed without proper notification. The bill is currently being considered by the House, but has officially been passed by the Senate. So we're just not reading what we're voting for. I mean, I knew that Republicans didn't do that. They say all the time, oh, I didn't know what I was voting for. But seriously, not only did the Dems hold a winning hand a few days ago and still decide to fold, but they didn't even read the bill and call this out. What are we doing? Genuinely, what are we doing? You're telling me that for one, you're folding after you stood so long for a 40-day government shutdown where people were without SNAP benefits. You decided to fold because it's not working. That's what they said. They said it's not working. That's why we gave up. Really. Everyone in the Democratic Party who has a bit of leadership or who is, an establishment Democrat should resign, truthfully, because that party is going to go nowhere if they don't. That is supposed to be the party to represent and protect the American people against this administration. Yet, what have they done? Jack shit. 40 days of our government shutdown, 10 days without SNAP benefits, and they still threw in the towel. It's disappointing. It truly, truly is. In other news, Adelita Grijalva is to be sworn in this week. Mike Johnson has announced that he will finally swear in Adelita Grijalva now that the Democrats have signed to end the government shutdown. Johnson said that the first order of business will be to administer oath to Grijalva. After several weeks of refusing to swear in, it looks like that she will be sworn in sometime this week. This is great news. Hopefully it gets done as soon as possible. There's no reason why she shouldn't have been sworn in already. We could have sworn her in before the government shutdown, but I guess not. Let's lock in and erase the Epstein files now. Is it going to happen? I hope so. After the track record that the Democrats have had over the past few days, doesn't look like that's going to be very possible, but I hope so. I really hope so. She's the last vote, and that's all they need to get it done. Let's release the files. Let's arrest anyone in them. Let's get that done. Anyways, moving on into our final topic for tonight. Republicans want more abortion restrictions for Affordable Care Act subsides. Senate Republicans say that they are open to extending the Affordable Care Act but only if Democrats approve stricter abortion restrictions. A significant demand to extend funding that would be holy shit. A significant demand to extend funding that would avoid major premium cost raises for more than 20 million Americans. English is hard. If Democrats do comply, they would get a 1-year extension on these subsidies, one being the number one, but the abortion standard would be long term. They're probably going to cave here, in all honesty. I would not be shocked, which would be a horrible deal. I mean, 1 year is insane. That does nothing. In the grand scheme of things, that does nothing. If that's what you're getting to end the government, or if that's what you're getting for signing off to end the government shutdown, and you still have to give in to more abortion restrictions, that's the worst deal I've ever heard of. I mean, what are we doing? For one, it should be a woman's right to choose if she gets an abortion. I don't care what religion says. Not everyone follows the same religion, so why should women have to be limited by that? Truthfully, I do not give a damn what religion says. And most of the people who use the religion argument, it's not even a correct argument. Let's be real here. But also, it's not your life. Mind your own damn business. It's the same with the LGBTQ community. It's not your life. Mind your own damn business. Women should have the right to choose, not the old people who make the laws. And the fact that this is a discussion that we continuously have to have all the time is insane. It should not matter. People should have the ability to choose how they want to live their life. And if you think that that impacts you in any way at all, why? Because it doesn't. It truthfully doesn't. With that being said, though, thank you everyone for watching today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed. It has definitely been a very interesting day in the news world, that is for sure. If you're new here, though, please consider subscribing. All the support would be very much appreciated. We are trying to hit 500 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. As mentioned, we are super close. We're like 11 away. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would truly, truly appreciate it. And if you're on Substack, please also consider subscribing as well. All funds go to me. They help me pay for the things that I need to pay for in college, like groceries, like clothing, like all of that. This is viewer supported, so all the support is really, really appreciated. With that being said, though, thank you everyone for watching today's episode, and I will see you all tomorrow.